Stop buying expensive distressed ink pads. You don't need them. They're pricey, the colors are limited, and you always end up wishing you had just one more shade. Today I'm going to show you exactly how to make your own ink pads at home using a formula that gives you the same blendable vintage color as the store-bought ones for a fraction of the price. And yes, it is beautiful. So quit overspending on craft supplies. This is going straight into your favorites. Let's get started. To make these ink pads, you're going to need some simple ingredients. You're going to need some alcohol. You're going to need some baking soda. You're going to need some acrylic paint, whatever color you want your pads to be. You're going to need some glycerin. Now, the glycerin you can find at any drugstore or at Walmart. It's really easy to find. I'll put a link to Amazon down below. And maybe have some dried up ink pads. Use those, revive them with this recipe. Or you can buy brand new ink pads on Amazon. They're really affordable. I've got these ones taped right up. Oh my goodness. You're gonna need some dish soap. Let's get these open. There we go. They're just little ink pads with a lid, and they work perfect for this recipe. Okay, we are going to use 1 teaspoon of the glycerin. I had this video all set up and I didn't grab a teaspoon. I got half a teaspoon. So we're gonna roll with it. We're going to put 2 of these in. I like this little paint palette to mix it all together. This is brand new. I got a brand new one just to show you guys how to make it. And of course, I haven't opened it yet. All those fails, push it in. There we go. One of these days, I will have a video that will be completely organized from start to finish, and I won't forget anything, and I'll have everything all together. 1 teaspoon of glycerin. And then we're going to add some alcohol. We're going to add 1 teaspoon of alcohol, but we only have half a teaspoon, remember? So we're gonna go 1, 2. Let's do a brown first. We're gonna add just a 1/4 of a teaspoon of that acrylic paint. Of course, you can use any color you want. You can make reds, greens, browns, black, whatever you want for your projects. So we're just going to mix that in with that. Now we're gonna add a half a teaspoon of water. And now let's kind of tidy this up here. So we're gonna add just a little smidge of dish soap. I'm gonna squirt it over here first because you don't need very much, just a little tiny bit, just enough maybe on the end of a paintbrush, 2 times, add it in. And then you're gonna use a little pinch, just a pinch of baking soda. Just add it right in there. Okay, now you just want to blend this together really well. Mix, mix, mix. And now we're ready to go on to the next step. Now, the reason that we add the baking soda is because it helps stabilize the mix. It prevents mold and it softens the ink so it blends smoother. And the dish soap, it improves the flow, helps the ink wick through the pad evenly, and gives that kind of distressed reactive look in the recipe. So what we want to do now, I'm going to use one of my brand new ink pads. We're going to spoon it out of here onto the ink pad. And of course, this is completely customizable. Customizable, customizable. Is that how you say that? You can use any colors that you want. Of course, we're gonna make a mess. Where's my paper towel? Here it is. And you just want it to soak into that ink pad, completely fill it up. We've got lots here. We could probably actually do 2. We're going to grab another one because we're not going to waste it. And this is like a pack of 20 ink pads. So let's put this one on the paper towel and fill it up. Now what you want to do now, you want to just let it sit for about 10 or 15 minutes and let that ink soak right into the pad before you go to use it. So we're going to finish these off. We'll be back in about 10 or 15 minutes to show you how they work. So I went ahead off camera and I made some different colors. We did a green, we did a red, black, and brown. This is where you can get out the color wheel and start mixing your colors together, your acrylic paints, and get creative and make some really nice looking inks. So now I'm going to show you how well they work. I've got some pages here. Now I do have a dabber. You don't need one. You can just use these makeup cosmetic wedges. You can get a whole bag full of them at the dollar store. They work really well too. And like I said before, you can revive your old inks that you have, mix this recipe up, and use these ink pads because there's absolutely nothing wrong with them. These ones are still, there's a little bit of life left in them. When they're dried out or they're finished, then I'll mix up some new. So let's do the brown first. And you just want to ink it on and see how beautiful this is. It flows really nice with that glycerin. Gives you that nice vintage old look. Works great. I'll actually ink a little bit down here so you can see the color of it. Don't worry about my table. It washes right up because it's the acrylic paint, but you can see how well it works. Let's do some red. Let's see what it does. I'm going to use a cosmetic wedge to show you on this one. You can see how it picks up from the pad. Got some really nice retro prints, and you can just go around the edges. This is also really great if you have some stenciling projects that you want to do. You can dab on your stenciling. Whatever junk journaling, mixed media projects you have on the go, this is a really great recipe to try and add into them. Let's do one with the green. We'll grab another wedge. When I find recipes like this and I try them and they work out really well, I get so excited because these here are so expensive. And I find, you know, you can let me know down in the comments. I find that these work just as nice. The green. And if you want something that has a little bit more color in it, you can adjust your acrylic paint a little bit. And just experiment with it. This one we can just kind of color the whole page. You can see that nice faint green. Now this one I might have added a little bit more, maybe. Again. Now, after you've made these and you've used them on your project, you can put the lid back on and they will stay 6 months to a year. If you find that they're getting dried out and you haven't used all the ink in it yet, put a little drop of the glycerin and alcohol in it. It'll revive it and bring it back. If you love to stamp, these ink pads are perfect. I've got some homemade paper here that I made and some stamps, and you can just rub it on your stamp, press it down, and a perfect stamp. And let's just do another one just to show you how great these work. Press down hard. Another beautiful stamp. Let's do the bicycle to finish it off. There's lots of other ways to use these too. You can distress paper, which I'll show you in a second. Perfect bicycle stamp. So you can see how great these work in a variety of colors. So many different ways to use them. Let's show you how to distress with some paper. I'm so excited. I just want to do a little bit more and show you how well it works. This is a graphic actually in my Etsy store. It's also in the graphic club. If you have not heard about our graphic club, I would love to have you join. We have it's not monthly, it's weekly graphics that come out, usually 5 or 6 graphics every week. And I add them to a library that's already full of graphics. And you can use them on your DIY projects. I'll put the information and the link down below, and you can check it out if that's something that you're interested in. Also have a private Facebook group, exclusive videos, fun hanging out there. Look how well this is working. Oh, I love this. And I love this graphic. This is one I've used over and over again, just framing. But you can see it goes on nice and smooth. That was the black. You got to make this. And that's all there is to it, to make your own distressed ink pads made with simple ingredients and completely customizable in any color you want. You don't have to pay those high prices, and you don't have to settle for whatever colors they have on the shelf. Now you can create exactly what you need for your projects. If you love saving money and learning techniques that actually work, YouTube already knows the next video you're going to want to watch. It's popping up on your screen right here. Go ahead, click it, and I'll meet you over there for even more crafting ideas.